Hi, my name's Carlos, and welcome to our very first podcast. With me, I have,
I'm Elijah V. Hill.
and we're gonna be co-starring this new podcast.
What we kind of want to entail for it is just want to talk about daily topics, stuff in the news, talk about songs that came out, or anything that's going wrong with movies or anything like that. We just want to kind of share our ideas out there.
So to start off, we have minimal equipment, and not a whole lot of ideas. So if any of you wanna just tell us what we should talk about, we also need help coming up with a name for ourselves. Do you have any names in mind?
Well, me and my friend were kind of talking about calling it our first podcast. We're gonna call it Saints Club. We're not too sure about that yet because it kind of fell apart like right at the beginning of it, but we're looking into it more.
See, I think Saints Club is gay.
Okay. Well, fuck you, Carlos. So, yeah, like we said, if you guys can give us some ideas, that'd be really cool. But right now we're kind of getting started up. Like Carlos was saying, minimal equipment. So right now we're trying to figure out how we're gonna get our equipment set up, and then when we in future podcasts, hopefully we sound better. We just wanted to say that we hope you guys enjoy the content that we make. And if you guys are easily offended by dark humor or anything like that,
we're gonna be talking about some stuff.
Yeah,
we're not gonna keep it PG.
This is gonna be a little rated R. You know what I mean?
It might start off as innocent, but once we get comfortable with doing these kind of podcasts, they're gonna get horrible.
So for our first idea on how we kind of want to pilot it into it. So Carlos, what I wanted to ask you is, what are your thoughts on the Joker movie?
The Joker movie?
Yes.
That kind of came out a little bit ago, but we can go off of that. The Joker movie, I really enjoyed it. I just enjoy movies in general, pretty much. But the Joker movie kind of hit different.
Okay. Well, what were you thinking as you were watching the movie?
That I'm going to be a registered psychopath as I left the movie theater.
I could totally see that because, the movie just hit deeply, and you kind of just forget that it even entails Batman's villain. You know what I'm saying?
I know it kind of it takes you off of that route,
yeah,
and kind of just
it's more psychological now.
Oh, for sure.
And it makes you really look at what kind of life there is out there nowadays. You know what I'm saying?
So aren't they planning on making a Doctor Strange movie that has a psychological horror-esque feel?
That's what they were saying, but the director that was actually entailing that got fired.
Oh, really?
So they're actually going to kind of talk about how they might change the genre of what the movie might entail. Okay. Which kind of bums me out because I was kind of hyped for a horror-type, slasher-type movie in a Marvel.
Yeah.
It sounded nice for while it lasted.
Okay, well, you brought me into a question. I'm going to bring you into a question.
Okay.
What do you think about the growing trends of people talking about World War III? Do you think it's going to happen, or...?
To be honest with you, I don't know. It's hard to tell because depending on how Iran retaliates with it, and it looks like they're retaliating the same way we are, it could entail World War III, but I don't think we will let that escalate to that point, depending on how Trump takes it and depending on how Iran takes it. So, yeah, I think if we just keep shooting shots at each other, maybe it could develop into that. But as far as I'm concerned, I don't think we'll ever hit that point.
Personally, I think it's just a dispute between two nations.
Mm-hmm.
I think it hasn't really escalated to the point of an actual world war. But who knows? Who knows what can happen? People can switch sides. Italy, world war. I'm just saying.
I can agree with that. It's hard to tell because it's hard to kind of start a world war when it's just two countries bickering. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So when they start involving other countries, that's when it kind of becomes a world war instead of kind of back in World War II when they bombed us. The Japanese bombed us. That's kind of what brought us into World War II. So that's what kind of creates the World War instead of...
when they attacked Pearl Harbor?
Yes.
Okay.
When that all happened, that's kind of how we got tailed into World War II. So I believe that with war kind of, if it ever escalates to that and we start bringing in other nations, that's when a World War III could break out.
Interesting. Is there any topics you'd like to bring to the table?
It's hard to tell, because how do you feel about today's music and how it motivates people?
Today's music is honestly like, I don't prefer it too much. I don't prefer like the ghetto-esque rap. Like some songs are pretty good. I do like some songs, but like a lot of it's kind of just like meh to me.
I can see that.
I do prefer like older music, not like classical like tunes and jams. I'm talking like just 2000 songs, probably 2000 plus songs.
I think the only thing I don't really like about our generation's music is I just think a lot of people look towards it as a hatred instead of it being a motivational.
What do you mean?
So, like, you see a lot of these rappers, like, waving their money and claiming drugs and this and that. And, you know, at the end of the day, what does it bring us to, you know? I mean, take, for example, Juice WRLD. I like the guy personally, but...
Oh, because you know him personally, right?
Yeah, okay, whatever. You know, I liked him. It's just, our society has developed a thing
society
for...
treats you as a whole, treats you like trash.
I think I just believe our society has accepted the fact that drugs are just a normal thing nowadays. And I think it's kind of stupid because all it takes is maybe a couple pills in one night and it's over. You know what I'm saying?
It's almost like they idolize these rappers, and like everyone wants to be a rapper nowadays, and it really like sure there's a lot of money into it, but like it doesn't.
And maybe it's not even just rappers that they want to be. You know, I mean, to them maybe doing drugs is what you call like the cool thing nowadays. Yeah. You know, and it's just stupid because it's like, why does it have to be brought up to a point where someone either ODs or someone dies? And at the end of the day, what did that bring us to? I mean, that's another lost soul in the world, you know?
That's true.
And that's why I don't really understand the whole fact of people waving around money and waving around drugs and even claiming guns, all that. And at the end of the day, like I said, no one benefits from it. And, for example, I mean, I didn't even really listen to Mac Miller a lot, but I think it's still kind of tragic that I know his music motivated a lot of people. And it's kind of a bummer to know that you can motivate people, but at the same time, you were shaken up by the harmful things that people wave around nowadays. You know?
I see that. All right. Well, are you cool with switching around the topic now?
Yes, I am.
So, tell me about your personal life. Is there any funny stories that you want to tell?
Let's think about it. Just to kind of... biology on me, not biology, but biography on me, for anybody out there. I am a class of 2019 graduate. I am into looking into either going into school or I would like to go do an apprenticeship for an electrician. It's hard to kind of figure out what I want to do with that right now. I was a football player.
Boom.
Yeah, okay, whatever. Okay. I did enjoy sports at the moment when I was doing it, and it kind of feels hard to try to get back into it, you know? It's kind of hard to figure out whether it's worth it or if it's not worth it, you know? Because I mean, I haven't hit a gym in God knows how long, so I'm a lard ass now.
Wait, really? You don't? I thought you work out still, like
no,
consistently.
I've actually kind of taken a break off, and it's killing me right now. But
once you stop like once, it's hard to get back in. Like,
100%
you just
agree.
get used to it.
100% agree. And tragically, it's fucking horrible. And I was a nicotine fiend.
Was.
And yeah, was. And I've actually tried stopping. Shout out to Jordan for helping me get over it, and then I got sucked back into that life.
There it is. There it is.
Even though I was just talking about how people OD and stuff, but I'm over here throwing away my life to a cancer stick.
I have a question. Do you still have a nicotine survivor on your Instagram?
On my Finsta, yes I do, but
I will have to remove that.
I will have to remove that. I'm so sorry. I am so sorry.
What a bum.
I am working towards it, but Carlos, let's hear a little bit about you.
About me.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'm not sure what to talk about. I guess I'll just talk about today, right? So today, it was a really relaxing day, you know. I attended school. I'm still in school, but I am a senior, so I only got around 4 months to get out. So I'm excited for that. I'm excited for graduation. A little nervous about applying to colleges and just continuing on in life in general. But I think it's pretty exciting to see. I applied to a few colleges here in Colorado, which is, you know, where we reside. But I just get a little worried sometimes. But then I came home, and then me and the homie over here, Elijah, wanted to play some Modern Warfare. Actually, what do you think about the new Modern Warfare? Modern Warfare 3. What do you think about the story?
To be honest with you, I did not actually play the campaign yet.
Are you serious?
I've actually just
really?
I just jumped right into. I kind of did really just jump into the multiplayer,
gross.
And you know it's crazy because I was such a big person on playing campaign first and then jumping into multiplayer, but I think right after Call of Duty Black Ops 4.
But that's Black Ops. Modern Warfare is like the most controversial story campaign.
But same thing with Black Ops though. Black Ops was good, but when they stopped the campaign in Black Ops 4 and you just jump right into the multiplayer, I kind of got a habit for it. And after that, that's kind of when I stopped playing campaigns. And I even do that with the majority of the games I do now though. And it kind of sucks because I was such a sucker for campaigns, and I think campaigns are still great. You know. I mean,
they're pretty entertaining.
Yeah.
I mean, like they provide a whole new perspective onto the game, I think, and especially in the new Modern Warfare. I don't want to give any spoilers, but there's a lot of things that you have to a lot of things that just make you go sit there and just say, "Whoa, what just happened?"
Mm-hmm. And that is another thing we'll be talking about on here, guys. So if we sound like
video
fucking
games.
geeks,
Who cares though? Video games are sick.
Oh yeah, don't get me wrong, they are sick, but
Mineville 2020.
Oh hell yeah, brother. Yeah, no, I am kind of, I am really into the whole, Modern Warfare series.
I mean, they did have the most controversial topics. What was it, Modern Warfare 3 with the no Russian mission?
Mm-hmm.
Especially.
And, you know, I think to me, I grew up playing a lot of more of the Modern Warfare than I did the Black Ops series. Black Ops to me was good. It's just I couldn't really get attached to the story as much as I did Modern Warfare. So
you said Black Ops 1 or
even any of the Black Ops. I mean, Black Ops
really?
2's campaign was good.
Come on, Masons.
So,
remember the number, Mason.
I mean, Mason was good, but I really did fuck with Soap's story and Ghost and all of them and how
the whole gang.
Yeah. That whole team, and it kind of just blows my mind because it's damn, it's crazy how fast time can go, you know? Because it felt like yesterday I was just playing Modern Warfare 2 or playing even Modern Warfare, and it's just crazy to think how fast this time can go, and even thinking about how fast our decade's gone by. Sorry if we just totally changed the subject, but
I mean we're gonna be constantly changing subjects, but I feel like eventually we're going to have, main topics.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to, stray away from it, but we're going to keep on that main topic. But that's when we're, planned for the... Well, that's when we're going to be planned for the podcast.
Mm-hmm.
So, if you guys have anything to tell us, any, topics you want to give us to discuss about, that would be greatly appreciated. We, thank you for tuning into our podcast, and we hope to have you hear from us again. In the future, we hope to have, guests come on the... podcast. As of right now, me and Elijah are the hosts of this podcast. But
we just want to say hopefully you guys like our topics, and hopefully you guys have some great opinions about it too.
Thank you. Please follow me on Snapchat. I would say Instagram, but it got hacked and now I can't access it no more. My Snapchat name is Carlos1877.
I think it's probably better to follow me on Instagram. You can probably just find me on Insta as Elijah V Hill. I should pop up. And thank you for tuning in. Hi guys.
Peace.